AmongUs.
AmongUs.
We're going to be playing Among Us 3D. Check it out. Stay tuned because we have a very special interview at the end.
This is Among Us 3D, made by Shell Games in collaboration with Innersloth to make a non-VR adaptation of the Among Us VR title. Not everyone has the luxury or the PC horsepower to have a VR headset, so this version was made in mind to let everyone experience Among Us in first person. We got to try out the game here at PAX East, and we played a new exclusive mode called Tag, which is similar to the infection game types seen in Halo and Call of Duty. The imposters will run around infecting others while the crewmates do their tasks and complete them before all of them get infected. What you're seeing right now is the gameplay of that mode, but stick around as we have an exclusive interview with one of the developers on this game. You don't want to miss it.
That one takes a little while, but it's worth it.
Of Among Us 3D. What's your name?
I'm Brian. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Good to meet you. Good to meet you. So, just give us a quick rundown of how Among Us 3D works and how does that compare to regular Among Us and Among Us VR?
Sure. So we originally had the 2D Among Us game, and then we wanted to work on a VR version as well. So Innersloth contacted Shell, and because we're VR experts, we made the VR game about 2.5 years ago and released it, and we've been keeping it alive ever since with live content updates, like map, all this different stuff. And what we realized though is that if you are a VR player, your friends probably aren't as well. But this is a multiplayer game, you want to be able to play with your friends. So we thought if we bring it to the PC and make it cross-play, you can play with them. So we released Among Us 3D. It's a 3D version of the game that's playable on Steam, on PC, and works with the VR game as well. So everyone can play the game together.
Nice, nice. And so how long have you had this relationship with Innersloth? Like, how long was this before you guys greenlit Among Us 3D?
So we've been working with them for about 5 years at this point. We worked on the VR game originally, then we worked on live support for the VR game, and then about a year ago we started production of 3D, making the PC version and adding in the new tag mode, so a new way to play as well. Similar to hide and seek, but our own unique spin that's only playable in 3D.
Okay, and then And so I believe I've already asked you this, but again, I just want to ask again, like, what pushed you to make Among Us? Like, what inspired you to do it this way?
So we actually made an internal tool for testing for our QA team that was basically Among Us 3D, playing it on a PC. And the QA team was just like, we want to play on this more, right? We want to play on it when we're tired of VR, or just like, you know, everyone has different preferences. So we said, what if we actually polish this up, kind of rebuilt it from the ground up to have proper, you know, screen space UI, a new mode, the ability to express yourself, all from like a keyboard and a mouse, and make it a real game. And I don't know, it kind of worked well.
Kind of like how VR chat works, right? Like, you know how VR chat you can use just keyboard and mouse?
Yeah, it's similar to that, but we did a lot of work to try and make it feel like it's a PC game first.
Yeah.
So whichever one you're on, it feels like this is the one it's intended to be played on.
It's kind of like how some people are trying to do non-VR versions of like VR games, like Half-Life Alyx, VR chat.
Right.
So is that the approach you guys are trying to go for here?
Yeah, we wanted to go a little bit further. Some people have done incredible jobs, but we wanted to like make sure you can express yourself with your hand. It's not something you get when you don't have hand controllers, right? Make sure that the UI feels like it's really comfortable and natural for a screen space. Controller support, make it playable on Steam Deck, like all those different things.
All right. Well, what's the major changes between this version of Among Us and the regular version? What can we expect when coming into it that's different?
Sure.
Other than the first-person gameplay.
Yeah, first person is a huge part of it. We have less maps, so we only have 2 maps at the moment. We've got the original Skeld and our remixed version of Polis. But the other thing that we do, besides the mode as well, the tag mode, is we do like limited time content to try and keep it fresh.
Yeah.
So every few months for the last year, we've had a new mode run. We had like Roundup, which was Cowboys. We had Dumb Justice, which was Vigilantes. And we're going to keep doing that. We want to make sure that there's always something fresh and exciting every time you log in.
All right. Well, we just demoed out the new game mode called Infected. No, it's called
Tag.
Tag.
You
Yeah.
are infected.
Yeah,
That's
you
the
are.
goal. Yeah.
So we just tried out the new mode called Tag. But are there going to be more new LTMs, more new modes coming out to that's being exclusive to Among Us 3D?
I can't confirm anything that we haven't announced, but I will say the VR game has had a ton of exclusive content over its lifespan. We released 6 different limited time events, all of which had unique gameplay. So I don't know, draw your own conclusions there, but nothing announced yet.
It was a great time playing Among Us 3D over here, and it's currently out on Steam, correct?
Yeah, it came out on Tuesday, so we're really excited. The launch has been going smoothly. And let's myself and our project director come out here and bring it to the community. So excited to be here.
Yeah.
Pleasure to meet you as well.
Pleasure to meet you, and thank you for allowing us to play Among Us 3D. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Awesome. Hope we get to play again soon.
Oh yes, we'll be hopping on soon. Let us know in the comments, you guys, if you want us to play Among Us 3D on the channel, and let us know which creators on our org you want us to play together, or maybe you want everyone to play.
It's
The more
10, right? Get everyone in there.
Hey, we're gonna get everybody in here. Give us a like and sub, and we'll play Among Us 3D. All right.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you again so
Pleasure.
much.
Yeah.
Oh.